What is up, everyone? It's Socrates 101 here, and today we are back with another IEP video. And before we start, people are like, wait, another one? I never saw another one. I know, because the previous video got taken down, and I uploaded a video about the IEP and how I got involved, and then someone told me, like, dude, Socrates, you sound really pessimistic on that video. You sound really negative about the IEP. Did I just say MBL? No idea. Let's roll with it. They said, you know, you sound really pessimistic about the IEP, and is that really how you feel about it? Because it doesn't feel great. Are you, like, doing it because you feel forced? I'm like, no. So it was, my mind was kind of blown. I was like, okay, so maybe I should rewatch this video of mine, and I rewatched it, and I was kind of blown away by myself. It started off terribly, and like the first minute and a half was just straight up negativity, and I'm not about that. If you've been a subscriber for me for a bit, you know I'm not about that. But so I want to set that straight, and we're just gonna go with this, and so let's pretend that never fucking happened, and we're just gonna continue. So this tiny story behind this, if you don't know, just skip a minute. If you've seen the previous one, just skip a minute. But the story behind this is a guy dropped out from the IEP, and he actually got booted because he had a very negative attitude towards the league. So he got booted, and PS McCaddy, aka Will, hit me up, and he said, you know, we have a guy who's gonna drop out, or who's gonna get booted, and we need a replacement. And I know through Ollie's Flashfire that you're capable, and that you battle alright, and that everything is gonna go great. So he asked me, so do you want to, like, join us? I'm like, yeah. Well, at first I was kind of skeptical about it, because I'm already in the league, as you know. I'm in the MBL. That doesn't change anything concerning the MBL. As said in the previous video, the MBL is my baby. I'm not even a leader, but the people treat me that way. So I've been there from the start, and I've done a lot for that league, so nothing is going to change regarding that league. And but now with this on my plate, actually there are some things that are going to change, especially my uploads, because I thought of it that I'm just gonna, and there are 2 battles each week for the IEP, and I'm just gonna put them in one video. So there probably won't be any team analysis videos on those. I might do those, I'm not sure. We'll see as we go right there. But so McCaddy hit me up and he said, do you want to join? At first I was like, I'm not sure, because time and stuff. But I decided, you know what, fuck it, I'm gonna do it. And it may actually, as I said I had a talk with the leaders. The MBL is I'm winning a lot, and it's kind of started to bug me a bit. And so I decided, you know what, and McCaddy actually told me that this league was full of good players. He had a lot of good battles. I believe McCaddy instantly, without a shadow of doubt. So I was like, yeah, sure. I want to get my name out. I want to participate. I want to, you know, I'm a very competitive person. So I want to compete. So now I'm part of the IEP, and they gave me a draft, and I had to adopt a draft, but that draft wasn't great. It wasn't, and I had to adopt a team, which is Cerulean Aquajets. I'm probably gonna roll with the name. If that changes, it doesn't impact anything. So I went with that, and that's gonna happen. And I basically changed the entire team. The roster, which you can see over there, actually is my new roster. These are the trades I submitted. I basically dropped all 12 of my mons, which I had, and picked up these 12 new ones. So I'll be going over this a little bit later in the video, going over why I picked certain things. Majority of them because they were kind of the best thing out there. Oh, I actually see a mistake in there. There's a Mawwell in there, but that should be Kecleon. But whatever. So that's kind of how I went with it, and I kind of wanted to set my negative attitude straight. I still feel bad about it, because that wasn't me in that video. It wasn't. I swear I never recorded this, but you know that's what happened, and I want to set things straight. I want to show you that I am that kind of show the world really how I truly feel about the IEP. I mean, I see it as a challenge. I mean, I'm always up for a challenge. I want people to challenge me. I want people to come at me, and hopefully someone can shut that arrogant face of me down once in a while. That would be great. Not too much, because I start with a record which is 2 wins and 8 losses. You get what you go with, right? I'm looking forward to do this next season as well, and then actually try and do well, try and do better. Obviously 2 and 8 is something. Obviously I'm not too happy with the roster. I mean, who would be happy as soon as you have a 2 and 8 roster, right? So that's the only thing. So without any further ado, I would like to discuss my draft, because it's a league, I drafted it, and we're gonna roll with it. So the first thing I drafted, there were a lot of free agents, and I could pick all of them really. Obviously, you had to pick two OU mons, 2 UU mons, 2 RU, 2 NU, 2 utility. Utility is something new they implemented, and that's basically RU or lower, because they wanted to see how creative people could get with the lower tier mons, and I do think this is actually a way to, as soon as you want to accomplish that, this is kind of the way to do it. I like higher tier mons as well. As you guys know, I'm mainly a OU/UU player. I like NU as well. I play NU a lot, especially with the suspect test going on right now. I am playing NU a lot. But and then there are the Mega Pokemon, which can also be used as regular. So it states Mega T-Tar, but I can also use it as regular T-Tar. Same goes with Pidgeot. Obviously, regular Pidgeot ain't great. But okay, so here we go. So the first things I went with are my OU picks, which are Terrakion and Victini, because I wanted hard-hitting mons. I was considering Thunder's Incarnate, but I opted against it. And PS McCaddy actually helped me out with the draft, and we considered a lot of things. And the free agency list wasn't completely correct, so maybe some of these changes aren't completely legal. Hopefully they are, because yeah, I wanted to draft Hariyama, but that was taken by Ollie. Damn you, Ollie! And that's what's gonna happen. But this is my draft right now. Terrakion and Victini. Terrakion, it's a powerhouse. You can use it as utility. It gets access to taunt, it gets access to stealth rocks, etc. So it's a hazard setter. It can be used as utility. It can be a setup sweeper. It can be sub SD. You can run a calm mindset. It's not great. Nah, I won't do that probably, or will I? I don't know. But so that's what's gonna happen with the Terrakion. And next one is the Victini. Victini, if you've seen the GBA and you've seen Miguel, Konnichiwa or Victini destroys everything. You can put Victini gets like all the coverage in the world. You can run a physical, special, utility. The utility Victini with Gargleflop actually works. So I've never been too fond of utility Victini, but regular Victini, obviously the V-Create, the banded version. I don't care what's I'm gonna be throwing that at people, and I was very surprised that Victini was not picked by anyone. So that's definitely is something I stole from people. Next up we have our UU picks, which are Gligar and Roserade. Roserade is one of my favorite mons, as well aesthetic wise as competitive wise. I rarely find a spot for it on my UU teams, but Roserade is actually one of the most solid and actually quite versatile Pokemon as well, because you can go especially defensive and offensive or hazard stack. So Roserade has a lot of different options, and you can also use it quite as a utility mon. I mean, obviously with hazard stack, yes, but it also gets access to aromatherapy, which could help out this team quite a bit, since it's very offensive. And having a cleric right there would actually help me out a lot. So that's also a reason why I went with Roserade. And Roserade just has nice coverage. It suits well in a team. The only other grass mon I have is Rotom Cut, which is mainly going to be used offensively, more than likely. And so a defensive grass type actually pairs really well with the likes of Jellicent. and which is going to be my next pick. I want a Gligar because Gligar is actually a bulky son of a bitch, and you can sword stance baton pass if you like. It's a bit too gimmicky for my liking, but obviously I'm kind of the player that uses sets that work. My hair is a mess right now, I don't even care. But Gligar is usually my defog or hypercut or defog, and it's also a pivot with the U-turn. It eats a lot of hits. It can Earthquake isn't too shabby on it, so that's why I went with Gligar. It's definitely something physically defensive monstrosity. I do think it has better defenses than Gliscor, but obviously that has poison heals, so you have your ups and downs. But next off we have Jellicent and Rotom Cut. Jellicent, do I need to explain it? Jellicent get access to taunt, shutting a lot of walls down. A nice dual stab actually. Shadow ghost typing is always good. I actually almost went with Gengar as well, because that was actually, I made 2 drafts for this because I prepared this draft out of my ass. I prepared for 2.5, 3 hours, and then I also had a 45-minute chat with Will, which is Macati, about this. So but I went with Jellicent, Taunt, Will-O-Wisp. You could even go Choice Scarf, Water Spout, or this actually gets also access to Trick Room, which could be very beneficial. I really shouldn't be giving all my strats away immediately, but I don't even care. Come at me. I can tell you my strats, and I'm still gonna beat you. Probably not. But you know, we're gonna go with Rotom Cut next because Rotom Cut is offensive pivot. Actually, Leaf Storm. Trick Scarf, Spec Scarf, and Gargleflop has if you see my recent life with Gargleflop, he actually used a defensive Rotom Cut in UU, and that did that pretty defensively, so I'm going to be looking at that a bit more. I don't know actually about his defensive stats at all, but so it's something I gotta look into. Obviously, usually you do that before the draft, but I kind of wanted to do the draft as fast as I could, because I just want to get these battles going. I want to start preparing for my opponents, so I kind of had to do this draft reasonably fast. And my 2 Anumons. Let's continue. Stop that blabbering, Socrates. We're just gonna go with Claydol and Magmortar. Good, Magmortar. I wanted Fire Stab on this team because Fire Stab is actually pretty amazing, and so I went with that one. And there are 2 mistakes in this one. I don't have Mawile nor Malamar. It's actually Vileplume and Kecleon. I knew I'm missing something. But, so we go with Magmortar. Magmortar is obviously... Do I want to have Vileplume? Damn it! Draft difficulties right here, but I went with Magmortar because Magmortar can be physical, be special. It could actually set up with Flame Charge, even though that's not as effective. Magmortar doesn't get that much opportunity to set up, but hits hard with a spec, so you can slap an Assault Vest on it. Magmortar has a lot of different options, so that's why I went with it. Next up we have Mawile. Mawile, I'm probably going to take Mawile instead of Vileplume. I'm sorry, that I'm messing up the trades again, but obviously, so I'm probably going to go with Mawile and then replace Malamar with Kecleon. That's probably what I'm going to do. So Mawile can be used as Intimidate. It's actually my stop to knockoff, because if you look at his team, it doesn't really deal with knockoff all that well. The only thing that kind of wants to take is Drakion and get that Justified boost. People will predict that, so that's something. So I decided to go with Mawile. It has Intimidate, it has Sheer Force Life Orb, it hits like a truck, it can potentially set up. It also gets access to Baton Pass, and so it can be used as a utility mon as well. It can be used as a pivot. I could Sword Stance Baton Pass again. I said that with Gligar. I mean, as I said, it's kind of too gimmicky for my likings, but you know, let's roll with it. So next off, we don't actually have Malamar. We have Kecleon. That should be Kecleon, and Kecleon is actually a Assault Vest set. But Leo in our MBL uses a different set, which he has used very effectively in the past, and actually caught quite some opponents off guard. And Kecleon also gets access. I don't want to reveal that on this, because obviously I'll be giving away too many strats, and this Kecleon I actually really want to use. That's why I picked Will suggested Kecleon, and then I realized, like, wait, that does so much work in the MBL. Let's use it. Let's roll with that. So that's why I picked Mawile. That's why I picked Kecleon. And yeah, that's gonna be it for the utility mons. And next, the last two are gonna be Pidgeot, which is obviously gonna be my Mega. Probably only used as a Mega. I tried to use another Pidgeot set once in what again? In NU. Wasn't great, but barely claimed souls, and so don't ever do that. Don't use regular Pidgeot, just use the Mega version and destroy worlds with it. Pidgeot actually gets access to Work Up, which is pretty cool. That allows me to one-shot Makati's Mega Venusaur, unless it goes like max Spadef, but then obviously it can't really do that much to Victini as soon as I slap a choice ban on it. So he has to really make good decisions with I have to play Makati a lot, that's why I mention him quite a lot. Because the IEP is organized in a way that you play the people that are in your time zone, or at least close as possible in your time zone, that you play them a lot, so it's easier to schedule your match. So that's actually a nice heads up from them. You know, I'm a person that doesn't particularly care about staying up late or for your battle, or I have a lot of spare time at hand, especially the couple of coming weeks, because I don't actually have university anymore. But you know, for other people it's quite nice. I understand, like Makati is quite a busy person. I do know that Ollie is quite the busy person, so for them obviously it's quite nice. For me it doesn't impact that much. Obviously it's nice that I don't have to stay up until 3 AM to play a battle, and that actually could influence the quality of the battle. So once again, nice heads up. And the last one is going to be Tyranitar. I wanted Tyranitar because I've heard that Priest Latias is claiming souls in this league, and you know what? T-Tar gives no fucks. I could slap on a Choice Scarf, I could slap on Assault Vest, I could even bring Mega and start Dragon Dancing in your face. Tyranitar gives no shits. So that was my draft. Once again, I don't know if you've seen yesterday's video about the IEP. I'm not sure what that was. I basically started saying that their name was the worst thing ever, and I mean there are a lot of bad league names out there, and that's why I said in the Skype chat as well. I still don't think the name is great, but I mean I'm part of the Master Ball League, which just lacks creativity. It's Derek and it exists, it's a name, but you know, it all doesn't matter. But what matters is that I'm part of the IEP right now, and I want to compete. I want to prove in that league as well that I am capable of beating everyone. I always feel like I sound arrogant that I say, oh, I'm the best, but I want to prove that I'm the best, even if I'm not. I mean, I'm still gonna. There's a mosquito right there. Happens. But there's that. Those are things that are gonna happen. And I'm part of this. I'm gonna try my ass off, and I'm going to claim souls. I can promise you that much. And hopefully it will make for entertaining content on my YouTube channel. Hopefully you will be supporting the Cerulean Aqua Jets. I might change that name. I may not. As I said, I don't care about names. I'm just gonna keep it like that. And I actually had a chat with the majority of people. Well, with quite some people. I had chats with three guys already. The leader, his brother, Pri, which is a co-leader. I do think they're all kind of leader-ish figures. And there's, I like them all. I like all of them. I do think they take this league very seriously, and that's definitely different from the MBL. I mean, the leaders all take it seriously, but some players don't. And hopefully, now I'm bashing the Master Ball League. It's kind of in my nature, I guess. But so we're just gonna go with it. I really hope you enjoyed this video. I'm definitely looking forward to this. I see it as a new challenge. I see it as a new chapter. Maybe it'll allow me to get my name out more. And the IEP also has a Twitter. I will leave that in the link description. I will leave that in the description below. If you could hit that up with a follow, that's gonna be great. Hope you enjoyed, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye bye. Fucking nailed it this time.